designs, and I swore I wasn't gonna test. But I applied for a test. I couldn't resist it. I mean, how? How could I? It's a secret test with Ashley of Montana Crochet, a collaboration with a new to me designer. How could I say no? Especially because Ashley provides the yarn for the tests, and she specifically chooses a yarn for your style, like the vibe that she feels, you know, for the person. And so I couldn't at least try and apply. I really wasn't expecting to be chosen because I know there were like over 100 applicants. But here we are, and it's for a cowl. So I was like, I could do it real quick. I think it's like a 5-week turnaround, and I've been making pretty good progress already on other projects. I think I can tackle all of it. I think I'll be okay. So all that to say is I'm part of a new test, a secret test, but now you'll know about it by the time this video airs. Is this not the cutest package? I love that. You'll never guess what's inside. I think that you can guess now. I almost ripped right into it immediately when Mom brought it over here. Like it just arrived this morning, and I want to see which color got chosen. And I know in the group a couple of people have shared already, and I want to share before we leave for the races. So I don't have much time left, so I'm gonna rip right into it, like so that you can see my first like reaction to what she picked for me. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, we'll try and keep it pretty-ish. Is it a pink or is it an orange or a brown? Did I get 2 colors? The way she subtly chose like the difference and contrast. Let's get it out of the crinkle. I love her tags too. Okay, so this colorway is called Orchard, and everybody's getting tweed. It's Donegal Neps. So it's 85% superwash merino, 15% Donegal Nep. It's a DK tweed. Yardage is 231 yards per 100 gram. Okay, so what is this other color? This other color is Divine. Mesa. I'm so familiar with Mesa. That makes sense. That makes sense. I love these. No wonder why she picked these for me. This is gonna be a beautiful cowl, and I can't wait to have this around my neck. Oh. Okay, so I think a part of why this design is secret, I feel like before I go ahead and cut it off here, I needed to get this out. I think a part of the reason why it's secret is because it's kind of a choose your own adventure design. So you can follow the pattern on what she says, or you can like roll a dice and pick like the stitch sequence, I guess. She has like different textured areas, and I mean, I briefly glanced through the pattern. We only just got it like maybe yesterday. I don't know, I've lost track of days, especially with all the projects I'm working on, but it was recent. And like we got accepted into the group and discussed everything before we got to look at even see the pattern. And let me tell you, this designer, earmuffs, she's good at foreplay. She was teasing us, let me tell you. She didn't just say, hey, here's the design. Like it was like inching into it, enticing us, like, you know, like giving just a little bit and you know, hyping it up and increasing the excitement. It's a full explosion. And then like Ashley came in to share like the yarn colors, but we all don't know what we're getting until it came to us. So I can't wait to share with everybody which one was mine. I'll go ahead and share with you too about like some of the other colors. But yeah, I'm super excited. I think that I'm gonna be one of the ones that decides to like roll a dice. I don't know if I'm gonna roll a dice or like ask Siri or Google to help me between like a selection of numbers to choose a number. I don't know which one I trust more to be randomized, but I think I want to go with random and it like the universe choose for me. I think that would create some more excitement, like create some excitement for us. Okay, let's go on this adventure. I've been putting off actually starting this project because I was trying to get other stuff done before. But today, my husband's gonna be gone all night long. And like, I've wanted to start this and then finish it like as fast as I could and like talk about it throughout the whole journey because like, I just think it's gonna be really exciting and fun. The problem is like, we're probably gonna go into the evening time, so we're not gonna get the best lighting, but it's gonna be a cool pop at the end when I get like really good pictures and stuff. So I put it in my I Play With Fiber bag because it just seems like the perfect bag for everything. This is like a for funsy thing I wanna make. My friend Amanda at Lovely by Lee had gifted me that and I've been meaning to make it. It's like a little window thing. So yeah, you've already seen the colors. I also threw in this little, oh God, it smells so good. I like to put it in my like project bags. It's supposed to be like soap and it's like goat milk soap and it has wool on it and it's supposed to be to use to wash, but I like to put it in my bags so that it keeps my stuff fresh. Like this has already taken on a little bit of that smell. I love it. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. I set up my winder right here and my Swift here. Can't really see it, it's dark. So I'm gonna go ahead and wind these up. Maybe I'll go outside and show you all the cake, take a picture of the cake and show you cakes and show you all the cakes too. It's just when it's perfect like this, I end up waiting and delaying, but everybody in the testing group has already made theirs and I've been jealous and I just want to see what mine look like and I want to roll the dice and like go. So let's get to swatching. We are all caked up. I just love how like Ashley attaches her cards to the yarn, so I just cut the knot there and I will keep the excess on the tags so I don't forget like which color actually is which. You know, I used to be very particular about how I untied these and I would still like save these and create something out of them and use them, and sometimes in some cases I've been so close where I've used that extra yarn way back in the day. Now I don't care as much, and I have come to realize that at the knots it doesn't take in the dye as much. But I've also seen someone post saving that and then like creating it into more fiber to spin, and then it becomes yarn again. So I've gone back and forth as to whether I should start saving these again and maybe just put them into like a container and maybe it could be art altogether. I don't know. Now is not the time though, because I still haven't done I still like haven't used my spinning kit, so I'm not gonna hoard more things. All right, let's go outside and show y'all these colors better. Can you spot the yarn? It's a vibe, isn't it? Oh my gosh. So that's Mesa on top, and that is Orchard on the bottom. let's be real. I don't need a project bag now because hopefully I'm gonna finish this tonight. And yeah, I just needed the project bag to house the yarn while it was waiting for me so patiently. Can you believe that we got this pattern like August 10th? The testing is due September 17th. So I've had plenty of time. It was so hard for me to not just want to start this already. So I'm glad my husband is gone so I can fully focus. All right, I pulled up the pattern on my computer so that it'll be easier for me to be able to record in between also and talk about it, okay? So I haven't even said, this is called the Stratigraphic Cowl. I have never tested for this person, Tara Briggs. She is at Tara Loves Crochet on Instagram. I will possibly show pictures of her later, hopefully. I thought about showing you her right now, but my cowl might not look like her cowl, so I won't. I'll save the surprise. Even though the cover photo is going to say it anyways, or going to give the hint anyways. Oh, sorry, I'm covering the camera, trying to readjust myself. Okay, so yeah, this is designed in collaboration with Montana Crochet because it's her yarn. So collection info. I just want to talk about some of like the inspiration. Also, the layout that she has here is amazing. I love, love, love. I've never seen this and I really kind of want to adopt this. Like, she has a table of contents. So it like says what is on what page. I usually don't have a lot of pages to my patterns, so like I don't include that many photos. I try to provide these supplemental vlogs, but I do still think that that is a fantastic idea. Anyway, collection info. This is the 7th pattern in the Souvenir Skeins collection, inspired by the places we visit and designed for those special skeins that make their way home with us. Each pattern will use just 1 or 2 skeins to make the perfect stash buster for all your most treasured yarns. I don't know how this girl has not ever come across my like feed ever before. Like, I've never noticed that, so I didn't know about this collection. That's crazy that there could be more that only, you know, you need 1 or 2 skeins that you can snag like on trips that you go to that can hold memories. Brilliant. Anyway, okay, so the pattern inspiration. Stratigraphic, the definition of that is pertaining to the study of rock layers. When we visited Zion National Park, I was awed by the dramatic rock formations. Everywhere you look, it seems to be different. The layers have shifted or angled or changed texture. They all blend together into one beautiful park, and yet they're all so different. This is a special design in that every version will be different, and yet the same, just like the beautiful rock layers of Zion. Did you guys just get goosies like I did? I love that. I have prepared 6 stitch patterns that fit together like rock layers, but I'm not going to tell you what order to put them in. Copy my randomized pattern, which says where the details are on what page. Do them in order, or roll a dice to choose the next pattern. Don't like the roll? Roll again. There's no rules here. Our cowls will be the same size and begin and end the same way, but each will be its own adventure along the way. Is that not so precious? I'm excited. So I tried to look and I don't have any dice. I don't feel like getting any dice. I did hear from some of the other testers, like it's kind of hard to find just one set of dice. So you would end up having to like, or just one die. Like you would just get multiple sets, and I just have no need for that. But Tara did say that there is an app where you can randomly roll a dice. I also was thinking about maybe asking Siri to pick, like, because there's 6, so like special stitches. So I was thinking about asking Siri to pick a number from 1 to 6 each time and seeing, but is that really random enough? I don't know. And I don't have another camera to record that. So maybe I should download the app and then I can like screen record the random rolls, or I could just tell you what I rolled. I don't know.
I wish you could respond right now to help me decide. I think that I'm going to be so obsessed that I don't want to take a break each time, that I'll just show you like what happens in each section-ish. I don't know. We'll see. First, I'm going to swatch, okay? So she used a 5mm, she said. So I've never done anything with her designs ever. I don't know what kind of stitcher she is. So I'm just going to go ahead with the size that she suggests and use, and then see from there what kind of educated guess I need to make. I really want to, like I said, start tonight. So, and finish the whole thing today. So I'm probably going to steam block my swatch. I would much prefer to wet block and wait for it to dry. I would have time to still wet block and put it outside to dry, because it's like 108 degrees out here. It is it's probably more than that now, because it said it's like record-breaking heat today, and I haven't looked since this afternoon. We did like a garage sale today, and I don't want to be outside anymore, guys. Anyways, yeah, I am on 100 billion tangents. So like I said, I think I'm going to steam block just so I can keep rolling with this. It might help to know that today is August 26th. Totally forgot to add too that in the testing group way earlier at the beginning, she even said we could randomize our color choices too if we want to even out the yardage that we would use, because I think like one will be, you know, so you have both, you'll have like ribbing on both sides and then the body of it. But yeah, so she said you could also flip a coin to decide if you're going to use color A or color B. I don't know if I'm going to go that far to help me randomize. I'm really struggling on which should be my color A or color B. So maybe I could flip the coin once to say what is A and what is B. Let's do that. Okay, I'm not the best at flipping coins, but we're going to decide that A is going to be color, well, okay, wait. We're going to decide that Mesa is heads. How? Okay, yeah, okay. Heads is Mesa. No. Heads is color A and tails is color B. So then which one? How is it gonna help me? Heads is color A and tails is color B. So are we gonna say that Mesa is heads and Orchard is tails? Can we do it like that? That's what... No, then that's just me picking the colors, isn't it? Okay, we'll just might have to flip. Color A. Why is this so hard for me to think? I just want to flip the coin. Well, I got tails. So what does that mean? I don't know. My brain can't compute this right now. So I'm just going to say Mesa is color A and Orchard is color B. What was the point of that game? Already at the start with only 2 rows complete, not even blocked, I'm at 4.5. So I'm thinking I'm going to go down a needle size. I've been knitting a hook size. So I'm probably going to go to 4mm. I know I could have used the 4.5 hook, but the 4mm hook is actually like my favorite crochet hook size. So I had stretched a little bit on this and it looks like I'm pretty good with 4mm. So I feel like this will help me get a little bit of freedom with my stitches being loosened up when I block, and then obviously the weight of more fabric to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and stitch to the length that it says and measure again to see if I do legitimately have a 4x4 square-ish, and then I'm going to steam it. yeah, I like to check while I'm going instead of doing the full thing so that I don't end up like doing unnecessary stitches when I could have already been working on the project. Even with a tiny steam, I'm quite short. I don't know what I was really measuring here. Like what I said, like with a little stretch there, it seems like I can get the 4 inches of width. But I am quite far off on the 4 inches of length. So it looks like it's going to be the 4.5 size for me. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and swatch that again with the 4.5 to make sure, but I think that that's going to be enough. And it's a clover hook, so I guess it's okay. It's just blue, and I don't feel like it goes with this vibe, but it's fine. Okay, I'm still not sure, but I just know that the 5mm is not going to be enough. So I did steam this, and I can push it to like the 4mm, but realistically speaking, when you're making gauge swatches, I should make it significantly larger and measure in the middle. And then I also think that wet blocking is going to, like, letting the stitches soak is going to let them relax even in a better position. And then while I'm stitching, I think that it's going to be different than just these kinds of double crochet stitches. So as long as I can fit like the dimension and the yardage of everything that is stated within the pattern, I know, like, I'll check the gauge again at the end. And so hopefully we should be good. I know for sure if I stick to the 5mm, it's going to be way too big. So I think that this is the only way to go, because I don't think that there is a 4.75. I might have another hook that I could probably, I don't know. I think this is the best bet that I can get, as close to it as possible. I think like I can definitely block to the dimension. It is already nearly 7:30. I've only just finished the ribbing. I'm not a huge fan of post stitches, but it does look pretty nice and textured. It's round, it fits over my head, proper cowl. Things are going well. I think now is where the fun begins. So I get to, I think, do a like initial round of switching to color B, and then I get to start doing random things. So, you know, I think like I meant to say earlier when flipping the coin and trying to decide what color should be A or B, isn't that what's lovely about flipping a coin? Like, it shows you what you really wanted, right? So that was nice. It says that I can carry the yarn up on the inside, so I don't have to worry about having to weave in ends when I switch colors. And so I'm going to be switching every round. So it's going to be like stripy, but my colors are very subtle. So, all right, let me do the next round, and then I'll come back and let you know what my random number was. Y'all are gonna find this so funny. So I like never use Siri. I never really do voice to text or anything like that. My whole family does, but I never really use it. So I was very surprised that she responded. So I just asked her to pick a number between 1 and 6, and I guess it's done through the calculator app. I don't know, but she chose 3. And wouldn't you know, that's post stitches. I will say that the post stitches transition so well. God, the color difference is so subtle. This has me so ready for autumn too. Tara did her first one in pattern was like the clusters. So mine's definitely already on a different path. Let's ask Siri what my next one will be. So like every other row is an even row, and I am staying in pattern as far as like switching, but it makes me wonder, like, I might not be using much of color B. Am I gonna have enough of color A for ribbing on the second batch, or am I gonna have like a second color of ribbing? Siri does not want to let me off of post stitches. What's crazy is that like Tara's, her random number thing, and I think she used dice, repeated the same for her first couple times. So I'm going to go with it. But Siri, you better listen to me right here, and you better give me something different the next go around. And I really am hoping that in the whole scheme of things, I get to use like each stitch pattern. Surely. I breezed through that so quickly. I mean, obviously I'm familiar. And I already asked Siri ahead of time. And thank goodness I get to do like some granny clusters next. I'm going to breeze through that also. Look at that beauty just developing. Just look at her. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that make you just want a pumpkin spice latte right now? Or pumpkin cream cold brew from Starbucks? Yes, please. My dogs are even excited for me. I already asked Siri, and my next one, I get to do like a double crochet mesh. Let me tell you how I'm going to fly through this. You can't necessarily tell here, but like that is a little fleck. I get so much joy every time I come to those little flecks while I am stitching. I don't know what it is. It just makes me a little bit happy. I want you to be able to, like, you can kind of tell here. And there's like little black ones, little white ones. Ugh, what about this little tan ones? Like, look at that there. It's just really fun. It gives like something different while you're working. I asked Siri, and I'm going to tell you what, Siri is actually a good alternative if you don't want to get any dice. I asked Siri and she gave me another new stitch. I think I get to do a V stitch now. So I only have 2 other new stitches that I need to use. And I've got, I think, 7 more of these fun little rolls that I get to do. I'm not sure if y'all have noticed, but I feel like my seam is so seamless. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of like chainless stitches, but I just find them to be so much better than like starting off with a chain and then like when you come back around having to stitch into like, or slip stitch into like the top of whatever the chain is, if it's going to be a stitch or not a stitch, like count as a stitch or not a stitch. You know, chainless is a little tedious to do, but it's worth it. Also, I cheated the system a little for the next one because I want to be able to use like the other 2 stitch options, like I said, and I don't want to do more post stitches right now. So I asked Siri twice, and twice she gave me these same post stitches. And then, so I asked her a third time, and I was like, if she tells me post stitches, I guess it's meant to be. But no, she gave me number 6, and it is a version of some sort of cluster. So here we go to another cluster. Since we were talking about the right side of the seam, I thought maybe you'd like to see the wrong side where I am carrying the yarn. So you can definitely see it there. Looks pretty clean to me. It's nearly 10 o'clock now, and so I'm halfway through these fun, like, body repeat section. And I desperately need water. I'm really thirsty. So I'm going to try and get up and get myself some water right now. Even though it's so, like, this is so hard for me to break away from. I want to just keep on going until it's complete. I asked Siri right before this, and y'all, I have officially reached getting to do all the stitches. So the next one that I get to do is the first stitch, which is stitching in the back loops. So I think I only want to do that once, and I feel like it's so fitting that it'll end up in like the middle. Since I'm like halfway in, I thought maybe you would be interested in seeing like how much yarn I have left. This is my color A, and this is my color B. So there's not a whole lot here. There's a whole lot here. I think we should be okay. But she's beautiful. She's absolutely stunning. I think since we have seen all of the stitch patterns that we're going to be using, I'm going to go ahead and carry on, and then we'll just follow up. It's nearly 12:30 a.m. now, and I can definitely feel it in my wrist that I cranked through this baby, but let's admire this masterpiece. Is it not perfect? It's so funny the difference in colors on the screen here versus like in real life. But look at these stitches. You can't even really tell the front posts. Like, it's a journey. We did it. We got it all done in one night. And I guess I didn't need to be concerned about yarn issues. I mean, I still have quite a bit. What am I gonna do with this? I gotta make like something scrappy with this. I don't know. But I love this yarn. Before I go to bed, I've got to try it on. I haven't woven any ends, and I'm gonna need to block it. So I like to block it before I weave in the ends. I didn't even steam it yet, and I still have all my steaming stuff out, but it's time for me to go to sleep. But I want to try it on. Like, that's so cute. I love the way that it instantly just like does the layer, does the thing. And that's so cool how my the back loop part, God, you can't tell. Right here, it has like a nice little line for like the halfway point. Oh my gosh, you guys. I feel like I'm gonna need to do my photo shoot at like a Starbucks with a little coffee, like a basic girl. Oh my God, but this thing needs like some fur. I need to wear some furry boots with this. It's ridiculously hot here right now too. It's like today, the last temperature that I even saw was like 108, and I feel like it got higher than that. I stopped looking, but so I don't know when I'm gonna take pictures in this. I already applied some stuff on me from crocheting for too long. I probably need to do some of those good stretches because I was pushing through. I was like, I'm getting this done. She's a beauty though. You can really tell like the difference in the colors from like the ribbing and stuff. But like each one of the actual like the difference of the stitches, those are made in the Mesa, and then like the in-betweens, like the standard stitches, are made with the Orchard.
And it's so crazy because it's like, when I look through the camera, I feel like I can see kind of pooling effects and like the speckly bits of like the green and the yellow and the orange and stuff in it. But when I see it in person, it's mainly like pumpkin spice. This is my pumpkin spice cowl. 'Tis the season. All right, photos to come.
Waking up this Sunday to go ahead and wet block her. I think it stays hot enough out here that I could probably get it to dry in one day. But I don't think I'll take photographs today, but I'll get it pretty prepared. So it's not an emergency if it takes a little bit to dry, a couple days to dry. But I found before in Ashley's yarns that it doesn't take like ages to block. So, or like to dry or whatever. Apparently, and I just already had my coffee. I had a Dalgona. You'd think that I'm tired because I can't get my words together, but nope, that's not it. It could be my allergies having my brain not function very well. Anyway, I feel like so responsible that I'm getting this wash done like immediately because usually I end up putting it off.
So I was correct to think that wet blocking would really open it up and relax everything and allow myself to hit the dimensions with the hook size. I think that this just comes with a little bit of experience because I've been doing this yarn work for so long. So I feel like it comes across as I do like a lot of guesswork-ish when I'm explaining, but I would say it's like educated guesses of knowing the way that I work. So I don't think that I alter any of what value, like any of the information that would be valuable that is needed to come along with testing. So I do think I do it within the realms of the rules. Anyway, I don't also normally pin necessarily 2-dimension, and I wouldn't say that I would need to here, especially because I don't particularly like getting like creases. But I think I kind of had to here because, and you'll see when you do it, I feel like the ribbing like has such structure to it, which is what we want. And that's why I think, well, I'm guessing what we want. I'm guessing that when Tara designed it, that was the intention behind it. You know, that's why she did these front and back post stitches for the ribbing, give it the structure to be able to hold up like a cowl should on your neck instead of being all loosey-goosey and then not being the warmth on your neck that you want. I've never asked her this. This is just me speaking as a designer coming up with my theories. Anyway, but because of that, I feel like the stitches here, while crochet is structured, they're not as thick as this is and supportive as these are on the ribbing. So this, like, that's why we're getting all the folds in this while we're wearing it. I feel like this it has looser stitches, and so I felt like to hit the width dimension, which it was still there, I just feel like I want it to dry in its spot. So that's why I ended up pinning these sides. And then since I was pinning that, I want both top and bottom to be supportive where they're at. I don't want to stretch in between this either, so I put it at the edge of like the ribbing here, so I know that the ribbing stays there. I don't know if she had said like the ribbing is 1 inch, but it seems like that's where we're at here. Anyway, I'm glad that this all worked out. So it just has to dry. I could already feel the softness and the difference whenever I was squeezing the water out from blocking. So I bet this is going to be the most comfortable make ever.
Taking some photos because we have a little bit of overcast and I only had to weave in 4 ends. How amazing is that? Complete joy. Complete joy.
Do you see how slinky this is now that I blocked it? I need to try to zhuzh it, huh? Maybe I should put it upside down, because I'd say like where the foundation stitches are isn't as loose as this part. So I feel like I would want the tighter part up top, but it would make the stitches more like upside down. Is that gonna affect the look? I'll take these pictures and then, well, I need to get my other tripod that can go a little higher. I think I'm gonna take these pictures and then I'll flip it upside down. I got my fuzzy boots, my cowls, my purse, my tripod, ready to go to the coffee shop, get some basic bee photos. Okay, cold brew achieved. You can already see I'm glistening because it's sweaty out here. I got my booties on, I got my tripod up, and now I gotta put this puppy on and find a spot to take photos here looking like a basic girl.